literature class. Game has been kind of an anomaly to me. Saw gameplay of it a little bit, not too much. This game looks really good. Going into it. New game. Hey, I see an unknowing girl running towards me and me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. The girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friends you never see yourself making today, but it kind of works out because we've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep much more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting. But she's going to chase me like this. I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. Ha ha. Ha, okay. I overslept again. But I caught you this time. Man, the music in this game is pretty cool. I like it. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You can say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. You're mean, Tim. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine, fine. But you did wait for me, after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean, even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together to make our way to the school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. Hold on, let me just grab my microphone. By the way, Tim, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already, I'm not really interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did. In one of the many conversations I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sarah likes Tori a little too much about me when I am perfectly content just getting by on average while spending my free time on games and anime. Can relate? Uh-huh. I was talking about how worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know? And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright. I'll look to a few clubs that makes you happy. No promises though. Will you at least promise me to try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I am surprised that I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit. Even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. The school is ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. I wish school was like that in real life. After I packed up my things, I stare blankly at a wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Siri wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello? Siri? Siri must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club. Oh, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, know what? Well, that you could come to my club. Sayori? Yeah. There is no way I'm going to your club. You mean? Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title Vice President. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kinda told the club yesterday I would bring a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead or if she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out. I'll let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go! Okay. And thus today marks the soul. I sold my soul for a cupcake. Must be one hell of a cupcake. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being used to doing these for third year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, squeaks open the classroom door. Everyone, this new member is here. I told you, don't call me a new member. I glance around the room. Welcome to the literature club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori says nice things about you. Always says nice things about you, okay? Seriously, you brought a boy? Way to kill that atmosphere. Ah, Tim, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. ... All words escape me in this situation. This club, it's full of incredibly cute girls. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. So sorry. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude whose name is apparently Natsuki is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She's also the one who makes cupcakes according to Sayori. He can't ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back towards the other girls. And I suck at you today. Okay. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Just don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears completely more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Tim. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically, completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little, you too, Monica. Come sit down, Tim. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get you the cupcakes. So we have a decision, Monica or Sayori. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I get a little too excited. And how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Misaki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Oh, whoa! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. Oh, that's adorable. That is really adorable. The whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate, which were used to make the ears. Man, that sounds really adorable. That really does. So cute. I had no idea that you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, just hurry and take one. Sayori, grab one first. Sayori grabs one first, then Monica, I follow. It's delicious. Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like haven't I heard this somewhere before? Make them for you or anything. I thought you technically did. Sayori said, well, maybe, but not for you. No, you dummy. Oh gosh, I butchered that sentence so bad. Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. Alright, give me a second. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in the classroom? Don't worry, the teacher gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess? Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, I believe you. Well, tea and reading may not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So what made you consider this literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seems really happy here, so... That's okay, don't be embarrassed. Well, make sure you feel right at home. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the Literature Club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. I am butchering everything I read today. Oh my god. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know, to be honest, I can't stand all of the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare the events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica is really a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival festivals that much more fun. Important. Butchering words today. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah. We'll do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm in literature. So Tim, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? I muttered quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly peeks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how writers can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something I can relate to at a minimum level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you. I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or take me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. So true. I hate horror. Oh, why's that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right. You usually like to write down cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You got the piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called "Don't Say It Out Loud." And I give it back. Oh, give that back. Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems. Everything you do is just as cute as you are. Sayori slides up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think it's impressive. Why don't you share them sometimes? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience through Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. ... I guess it's the same for Yuri. I want to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay. I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. That's a big word. Let's all go home and write poems of our own. Then the next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now that we have our harmony member, I think it will help us get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Tim? Could be there, something there. Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I've never said I want to join this club. Man, that's kind of a dick move. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any real decisions. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. I wouldn't be surprised. But I'm sorry, I thought... Tim... You all... I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear head decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Yes, I'm so happy. Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Tim, hey! You really did scare me for a moment. So, if you really did just come for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the Literature Club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone, remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we all can share. Monica looks over at me once more. Tim, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with a mediocre writing skills? With my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside of me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Nasuki clean up their food. Hey Tim, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right. Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she's always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Nasuki, Yuri, and of course Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have a chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Oh good. Oh god, it doesn't sound good. It's time to write a poem. Pick words that you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. So who do we want? So we can go with Yuri, or we can go with Nasuki, or Sayori, our best friend in the world. I don't know, it's a hard one. I think I might want to go for I was just gonna say Sayori, but Yuri is honestly has that dark, kind of shy personality. I kind of like that. That's pretty honestly neat to me. So she likes horror books, so I'm gonna go with. Wait, I don't know what Doki Doki. I wonder who would. Okay, so Nasuki like that one. Let's see. Melancholy. Okay, yeah. Yuri like that one. Pleasure, sunny. Depression, what's passion? Passion? Come on, I got that one. Crimson, landscape, lucky. Comfort socks, unstable. Okay. Let's go with increment. I don't know. Rain cloud. Why does Sayori like a rain cloud? She's like the happiest person in this game. Cry. Oh my gosh, another one for a freaking story of Sayori, bro. Frightening. Yes. Let's go with. Let's see. Party. Uncanny. Okay. Let's go with bed. Okay. Come on, hold on. See. Let's go with fantasy. Oh, come on. I really would like that one. I mean, Sarah, I thought Gary would have liked that one. Shoot. Captive. Capable. Underrequited. So it'll be. Grief. What? These are all for weird. How does like Sayori like most of these? That is really weird. Uncontrollable. Yes. Let's go with Horror. People hurt. What? Makes no sense. Okay. So last one. Fear. Oh my gosh. This will basically offer Sayori. Hi again, Tim. That's you didn't run away on us. Ha 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 ha. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last one to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Tim. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making your dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it? Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. Man, Natsuki's kind of mean. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any club this year. And last year too. I don't know if you plan to come here and just hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Man. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying manga and manga. Manga? I don't know. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated Natsuki flopped back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Tim always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. Very true. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy, it's distracting. And he almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. Of course. How come you and Tim can become good friends too? Oh, I think that's what we're hoping for right now. Sayori. As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Yuri. Even Yuri brought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayori. Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's just up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her book bag and pulls out a book. Oh, book bag. Okay, nice. Put that book down. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted to. This is how is this girl actually being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book.
Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her tense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more. But at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Okay. So she bought me the same book that she bought two of the same books. So, interesting. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. That only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I'm not just sensing that I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I wasn't focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed it in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book that you gave me, right? I wanted to read some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious how come you have two copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy two of them. I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear it. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What is it about anyway? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. That's an ominous looking eye symbol on the front cover. Oh, there is not. Okay. Alright. I just want to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long lost younger sister. But as soon as she does, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escape from a human experiment prison. Okay. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of those sort of things, Tim? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy these kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things not just... Wait, let me see. It's too... Okay. When horrible things happen not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in, then suddenly When you thought you were related to the protagonist, they're made out to be a naive one for letting their own one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel that I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. Well, that's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago, you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I put into my bag. Alright. It's fine if I sit here, right? I step into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. I was just... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do. I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I sat at my desk until it's against Yuri's and hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we lean in a bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book to open the book. I guess that makes it feel kind of difficult. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding, it's like this. We're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. Let's see. It is as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page. Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the pages before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her thumb. Hey Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she's also second guesses a lot of the things that she says and does. She's afraid and she'll do something wrong. That sounds exactly like Yuri, actually. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they kind of reminisce. They're kind of reminiscent of the sum of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment. Okay. But Tim, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait. I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know that you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I meant it more that it's kind of cute. What are you saying? What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thoughts. Okay. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kinda down. I'm sorry if I haven't been looking forward to this. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know. That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Alright. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the books and slip it back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait. Theory and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Ceres is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Okay. who should I show my poem to first? Well, Monica was saying that she wanted to see my poem, but then Yuri's the one I'm trying to woo. But I'm gonna go with Monica because Natsuki, and Yuri and Sayori, they're not really that important to show my poems to right away. So I'm gonna go with Monica. I should start with Monica. Yesterday, she seemed eager to read my poem, and I want her knowing I putting in effort. Hi, Tim. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good, I'm glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for this club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. She's always listening, huh? Don't be afraid to bring it up. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. Who wouldn't be? I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Tim. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know. But it's sort of a barrier that we all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I handed Monica my poem. Great job, Tim. I was going oh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That's why that way it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that you really like this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayori who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness. Sayori being sad is kind of weird. Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively. Both allowing people to get something out of it by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all of the nonsense. It can take years to practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It took a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased towards their own kind of styles. But I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims not to be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know. I see. Well, let's read it then. Whoa, piano can, okay. Hole in the wall. Hole in wall, okay. It could have been me. See the direction that spackle protrudes. A noisy neighbor? An angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retinas. Already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. And that's all. So what do you think? It's very free-form, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that's the kind of style that has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can really be powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Wow, short tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on a paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So move your hand and go with the flow. That's really good advice, actually. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. So I guess next we'll do Yuri's. Okay, we'll do Yuri's. Yuri's poem. Okay. Yuri. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes light. Exceptional. What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. She's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a deep breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates that you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time. Really? Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. What the hell? Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her fingers along the words in the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah. Okay. This is the reason why I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their new style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick up a writing style separate from the topic matter and they form fit the two together. The end result is both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if demeanor totally changes. Her stammer is completely gone and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes to practice and learning by example. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Nasuki can be a bit biased though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or Nasuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thoughts process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily, as if that's a rare opportunity for her. Which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Okay. Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glows bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time, the last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe claims breathing air of the present by living in the past. The light is flickering. I flicken back. Okay. Wow, that was pretty good. Hold on. Okay. Stop that. I'm sorry. I have such terrible handwriting. Not terrible. It's just, I have trouble reading a different kind of fonts. I'm sorry. Okay. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it looked like it took you a long time to read. Ah. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I liked the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. It wasn't too short? I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Huh? Oh, huh. Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Tim. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did glance over it after all. But remember, the poets are often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple or paint a picture. Oops. That was far. Excuse me, guys, real quick. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolical compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. Putting it that way. Okay. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's not really. It's nothing really. Yours was impressive too. So, nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all of this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Tim. Me too. Nasuki or Sayori? Who do we want to go with next? Let's go with Sayori. I'll do Nasuki next. She's not really the happiest person. This is a good poem, Tim. Are you ready? Are you sure it's your first time? Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time? I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously, or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy that you wrote one. It reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Tim. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know. Trying new things like this for other people, that's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motives here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah. And I'm gonna make sure you have a lot of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm going to hold you to that then. Yay! Now, you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. Okay. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you miss me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. My rhymes. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No, just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little bit better about myself. Don't be mean. I still try my best. Yes. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. Or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially the last line. I made eggs and toast. Even though you were late to school. It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This was so much. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Ah, yeah. But next time I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I look forward to it. Who should I show my poem to next? Oh, I guess we only have one option here, so... Okay, ... Tim, if you're not going to take this club seriously, then go home. What? Harsh. What, you expect me to believe that you actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid? I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put in effort. Well, we all start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Painful to think about. Oh man, we got a roaster right there. Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I'll tell you what to improve, but you're better off just trying again. Fair enough. Let's see. Anyway, I guess I gotta share mine now. Knowing you'll probably think it's stupid. We'll see about that. Eagles can fly. Monkeys can... Okay, the poem's called Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb. Crickets can leap. Horses can race. Owls can see. Cheetahs can run. Eagles can fly. People can try. But that's about it. It's pretty short. Kinda rhymes. Yeah. I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like it. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem, seeing everyone around you do great things, seeing great things can really be disheartening. So I decided to write a poem about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on wordplay. Like, I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then it made a flat fall on purpose. It helps bring up the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what I mean. That's what it means to be a pro. Wow, what a show off. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her and I let her humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Okay. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poem can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Suki. They digitally exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Nasuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Huh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Nasuki dismissively returns to the poem. Dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Aw, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's really about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. I do have a couple of suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Tim did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Tim liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Nasuki stands up. Oh. I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. Huh? That's not what you're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Tim appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours. Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Wow, fighting over me? Wow. Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Tim started showing up. What the hell? Nasuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. Oh, shoot. I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly, both girls turned towards me as if they just noticed I was standing there. Tim, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should have jumped out of the reader, not force them to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Tim. Wait, there's a reason why we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessary, limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Tim? Well, how did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing. But whoever might read this, they'll probably think more highly of me. Well, I do want to impress Yuri, but then Rasuki just makes some good points. Help me, Sayori. Well, I'm going to save. Show it over. Yes, I'm gonna save right there. So in any case, I need to go back. So let's see what Nasuki says. Nasuki. Yuri? You're really talented. Well, but Nasuki has a point. I think that I racked my brain in an attempt to back myself up. I think that conveying feelings with a few words can just be as impressive as well. It lets the reader imagine to take over. And Nasuki's poem did a really good job at that. Yeah. Oh my gosh, she is so full of herself right now. It did, didn't it? Aha. Shows how much you know. That's not Nasuki. I think that's enough. Huh? Me? But she was so mean to me. Nasuki's voice is whine. Look, what we've talked about yesterday was right. Writing is a really personal thing, and sharing it can definitely be hard. It looks like we learned that today. Even small criticism can lead to something pretty heated. I glance over my shoulder. Sayori is nodding vigorously. Yeah, so you don't need to feel threatened. You're a great writer, Nasuki. Nasuki's voice gets caught up in surprise. Thanks for noticing. She finally mutters that barely audible. Yuri looks at me dejectedly. With a face like that, I can't help but feel bad for her as well. I'm sure that Nasuki didn't mean everything she said. So you don't need to feel threatened either. Well, if you say so. Hey, it's not like you need to apologize for me, Tim. Sheesh. Oh, I think it's sheesh or shush. I'm not sure. Nasuki takes a deep breath. Nasuki glances around the room. Would everyone start staring at? Unsurprisingly, Nasuki has a harder time than it would be if she boasted. She boasted. Sayori and Monica look away. Anyway, the thing about your boobs, I didn't mean it, okay? That's all. Nasuki looks away, avoiding eye contact with anyone. Yeah, you're naturally beautiful, Yuri. Sayori, I'll go make some tea. I was just trying to help. I'm sure she appreciated it, Sayori. I patted Sayori on the shoulder. Well, now that we're past that, everyone's read each other's poems, right? I hope that it was worthwhile for everyone, especially you, Tim. Man, she is really seems to be hitting on me more than anyone else. And to be honest, it's a nice change of pace from the lazing around we got a little too used to. So my joining the club was responsible for ruining the atmosphere. No, not at all. Not at all. There'll still be times before we go home. There's still time before we go home. So we all relax for a bit. Of course, besides chatting, we do literature-related things in this club room. So maybe you can take a chance to pick up a book or do some writing. After all, that's what the club is here for. I disagree, Monica. Huh? About what? That's not the most important thing we do. The thing about the literature club. The most important thing is having fun. Of course. Well, I guess that's why you're the vice president, Sayori. In the end, though, Monica's right. Being in the literature club probably means I can't spend all of my time doing nothing. But in the end, I guess it's been worth it so far. Okay, everyone. It is about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing your poems? It was a lot of fun. Oh, I say it was worth it. It was alright. Well, mostly. Tim, how about you? Yeah, I say the same. It was neat to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you learn something from your friends too. So your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, I did learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do better about impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself with a newfound determination. Tim, ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say that I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori? About what happened earlier? What do you mean? You know between Yuri and Natsuki? Does that kind of thing happen often? No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise, they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just want your opinion on it. Opinion, that's all. I can see why they make good friends with you. Wait, why? I see why they make good friends with you. Phew. You know, Tim. It's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone else really likes you too. Every day is going to be so much fun. Sigh. It looks like Sayori still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? Well, we'll just see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that to myself than to her. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as a internal monologue sometimes. Okay. Yeah, let's do this. Okay, so write the poem. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna do all three of them. So, load. Wait, loading work. Hold on. Let's do this right here. So I'm gonna go with Yuri because that's what I want. Natsuki, you're right that I liked your poem. See? Wait, that's not an excuse for you to be so mean. You shouldn't pick a fight just because someone's opinion is different. That's not what happened at all. Yuri wouldn't even take my poem seriously. I understand. Yuri, you're seriously a talented writer. It's no secret that I wasn't impressed. Well, but here's the thing. No matter how simple or frank someone's writing style is, they're still feeling into it, they're still putting feelings into it, and it becomes something really personal. That's why Natsuki felt threatened when you said her poem was so cute. I see. I didn't notice that. I'm sorry. But Natsuki, you took it way too far. Yuri means well, and if you just told her how you felt, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. Are you kidding? That's exactly what I did. It was hers that Natsuki, I think it's enough. You both said some things that you didn't mean. Yuri apologized. Do you think you should too? Natsuki clenches her fist. In the end, nobody has taken her side. She's trapped at this point, being defiant only because she can't handle the pressure. I end up even feeling bad for her. Sometimes when I'm hurt, it helps to take a walk and clear my head. Sorry, she doesn't need to. You know what? I'm gonna do that. It'll spare me from having to look at all your faces right now. Man. Without warning, Natsuki snatches her own poem up from the desk and storms off. On her way out, she crumples the poem with her hand and throws it in the trash. Natsuki, you really didn't need to do that. Wait, she really didn't need to do that. I look across the room. Yuri has left her chin buried in her hands while she stares down at her desk. I gingerly approach her and sit in an adjacent chair. Sigh. Everything alright? I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I acted like that. You probably hate me now. No, Yuri. How could anyone have gotten frustrated after being treated like that? You handled it as well as anyone could. I don't think any less of you. Well, alright, I believe you. Thanks, Tim. You're too kind. I'm thankful to have you as part of this club now. It's nothing. One more thing. That one thing that Natsuki said about, I would never do anything so shameful. So, what thing did Natsuki say? Oh, come on, you're in the spot, bro. Don't do it. Well, never mind that. I'm going to go make some tea. Ah, good idea. Make enough for more than one person, okay? Yeah. Alright. Okay, I'm gonna skip over this since we already know what's gonna go on. Okay, so just skipping over this. Okay, same thing. Almost there. Between the hairs weird. Oh, it's the same. Okay. Okay, so let's do this one. And I'm gonna do the last one. I think I'm gonna do I'm just gonna stick with those two, or just the other two, or just these two, just in case I need something. I don't know. I just felt like I just needed to do them. I don't know why. I want to see both endings, so I'm just gonna say them there. So I'm gonna go through this. I'm gonna go with Help Me Sayori. Natsuki. Natsuki glares at me, drying up any words I had in my mouth. So instead, I turned to Yuri. But Yuri's expression is so defensive that I can't bring myself to say anything to her. Sayori. Yeah? Everyone's fighting is making Sayori uncomfortable. How can the two of you keep fighting when you know you're making your friend feel like this? Tim. Well, that's her problem. This isn't about her. I agree. It's unfair for others to interject their own feelings into our conflict. Yeah, unless Sayori wants to tell Yuri what a stuck-up jerk she's being. She would never. It's your immaturity that made her upset in the first place. Excuse me? Are you listening to yourself? This is exactly why nobody likes you. Oh wait, I read that part. Stop! Silence. Natsuki, Yuri, you guys are my friends. I just want everyone to get along and be happy. My friends are wonderful people, and I love them because of their differences. Natsuki's poem, they're amazing because they give you so many feelings with just a few words. And Yuri's poems are amazing because they paint beautiful pictures in your head. Everyone's so talented. So why are we fighting? Because, well, also, Natsuki's cute and there's nothing wrong with that. And Yuri's boobs are the same as they always were. Big and beautiful. Dude, this game is so, oh my god. Sayori stands triumphantly. Monica stands behind her with a bewildered expression. That's funny. I'll make some tea. Yuri rushes off. Natsuki sits down with a blank expression on her face, staring at nothing. So this is why Sayori is vice president. I whisper to Monica. That look on her face. She was like, what the hell just happened? She nods in return. To be honest, I might come off as a good leader and I can organize things. But I'm not very good with people. I can't even bring myself to interject. As president, that's kind of embarrassing. It's kind of embarrassing of me. Nah. It's not like I can blame you. I wasn't able to say anything either. Well, I guess that just means Sayori is amazing in her own ways, isn't she? You could say that. She might be an airhead, but sometimes it's weirdly suspicious that she knows exactly what she's doing. I see. What? In this case, she like punches to the left. Okay. I would hate to see her. Oh, I missed me. Hold on. Let me see what's in the back. Take good care of her, okay? That's what I missed. Okay. I would hate to see her get herself hurt. That makes the two of us. You can count on me. Monica smiles sweetly at me, causing my stomach to knot. Such a genuine person really does make a good president, regardless of what she says. If only I could get the chance to talk to her a little more. Yeah, we don't get an option to really talk to Monica. Is there? Okay, I'm just a second. What's this? Okay, that's what this is. Alright. Okay, I'm gonna save it here. This is the one.